Today's video is by request from a viewer who wanted to know how to pack artwork for a move. By the end of this video, you will know how to pack 3 types of artwork: canvas artwork, framed artwork, and tabletop artwork. I'm going to teach you all the ins and outs and all the supplies that you need so that even if you're going to DIY your move, you can pack like the pros. Let's get started. The first thing to do is gather your supplies, and here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a box to pack the artwork, and it needs to be a really sturdy box and one that can stand upright like this instead of laying flat. I like to use these TV and picture boxes because they come with some packing material to pad your artwork, and they also come with foam corners to protect the corners of your artwork. We're going to talk more about that in just a minute. The next thing you're going to need is something to protect the corners. Now, like I mentioned, if you get one of those boxes, it's going to have foam corners that you can put on your picture. But if you don't have that, then I highly recommend getting something like this. You can buy these on Amazon, and I will link them in the description. These are just cardboard protectors for the corners of your pictures. You're also going to need either some brown craft paper or some packing paper. And whichever one you choose, you're going to need enough to cover each piece of artwork multiple times. So make sure you have a lot of this stuff on hand. Next, you're going to need either some bubble wrap or some foam wrap. Now, these are not necessarily the most environmentally friendly options for packing, but I found that they do work the best to protect your artwork. So this is one of those cases where I go ahead and buy the bubble wrap. I try to reuse it or pass it on to someone else who can use it so that it's a little bit less waste, but it really is important to have something to cushion your pictures with. The next thing you're going to need is either some blue painter's tape or some of this artist tape. This and this are not masking tape. These are completely different. So for most packing jobs, you're going to be just fine with the blue painter's tape. The only time that I would say you specifically need artist tape is if you have some really fine artwork that is like archival quality glass or something like that, and you want to really protect that, then you might want to get some of this artist tape. But for most people, if you just have regular picture frames with regular glass, you're going to be just fine with the painter's tape. But either way, make sure that this is not masking tape. You want it to be able to peel off of glass, and that's why you really need the painter's tape and not masking tape. You're also going to need some packing tape, and my favorite is the Scotch brand. Finally, once you get your box of artwork all packed up, you're going to need to label it with the color coding system, so you're going to need some colored duct tape and some Sharpies. I will link these in the description below as well, and if you missed the video on color coding, I will link that in the description too. We're going to be talking about how to pack 3 different kinds of artwork: canvas artwork, framed artwork that has a frame and glass, and tabletop artwork, which is anything like a smaller picture frame that sits on a tabletop or a mantle. So let's start with the canvas artwork. This is a piece of art that is on a canvas. It does not have glass. And the first step with this is that you're going to want to take it off the wall in your current place, and you're probably going to need to dust it off. I recommend measuring the distance from the floor to the nail where you had it hanging, and then writing that down somewhere in a note on your phone or in your moving inventory. You're going to write down how far the distance was from the floor to that nail, so that when you go to hang up this picture in your new place, you'll know exactly where to put the nail. It just saves you a little bit of guesswork, saves you that extra step. The next thing you're going to do is lay that canvas down on a padded surface. You can use a table or a carpeted floor. Just make sure it's something where your canvas is not going to get scratched. I've taken the hardware off the wall for the canvas picture, and I've labeled it so I know which picture it goes with. And then I'm going to save all of my hardware for all of my artwork so that I know where everything is. And I'm going to set that to the side while I pack up the picture. The next thing you're going to do is to wrap the canvas completely with either your craft paper or your packing paper. Make sure that you've got all the edges and front and back and everything covered with this paper. If your canvas is an oil painting, then before you wrap it in the craft paper or the packing paper, you might want to consider covering the front of that canvas with something called glassine. This is a special paper that's acid-free, and it's going to protect that artwork. If it is what I have here, which is a TJ Maxx special, then it doesn't matter either way. So if it's a nice oil painting, consider getting some glassine. If it's a TJ Maxx painting, who cares, right? The next thing you want to do is add bubble wrap, and you want the bubbles facing away from the art. So you always want to put the flat side of the bubble wrap towards the artwork. And the next step is the most important, and that is to always protect the corners. 95% of damage that happens to pictures when they're in transit is because the corners were not protected. So even if it's not a frame, even if it's a canvas, you still want to protect the corners. That's where most of the damage is likely to occur. So what you're going to do is, after you have wrapped it in the bubble wrap, you're going to try to put some of these corners on. If there's still a gap here, then you can add more bubble wrap. If this is too tight, then you can stretch it and open it a little bit and fit it on there, and then you can tape this to the bubble wrap. But you want to make sure that you have one of these on every corner of your artwork. And if you're using one of these specialty boxes, you want to make sure that you find the part that says inner, and you're going to start with that. So that is the part that you're going to slide the picture into. There's still quite a bit of room in this box, so we're going to want to fill it in either by adding more pictures or by adding something soft, such as pillows, blankets, towels, anything that's soft that can give it some padding, because you don't want this picture to move around inside the box at all. Make sure that there is no dead space in that box. This is important with every packing box, but it's especially important with artwork. You want to make sure that you are filling in every single spot in that box, that it's completely full and that there's no wiggle room. When you move that box, you shouldn't hear or feel the picture shifting around inside the box. It should be completely padded. If it's not, then you're going to want to add more and more packing paper to stuff in all of those empty areas within the box. I'm going to pack some cushions in here, just to fill the box and keep the picture from moving. You don't want this box to bulge too much, but you do want it to be really full. Okay, there's still space here, so I'm going to go grab a pillow, and I'm also going to put some beach towels down in the side. You want the picture to not have any way to move around inside the box. Okay, so I'm going to put a pillow here, and then like another cushion here. Again, you don't want it too stuffed, but you just want to like fill in all these gaps. So now you could put the exterior box over the interior box, because this picture's not going anywhere. It's very nice and padded. You could also, if you didn't have towels, you could add more bubble wrap or packing paper or something to this. Just you want to make sure that there's no room for the picture to move. So with a picture this big, sometimes it's kind of hard to get it all the way in there, but get the box all the way together like that as much as it will go. And then you're going to tape this seam all the way around. You want to tape your box multiple ways. I'm going to show you. You're going to go this way, and then you're going to go this way to make sure the box doesn't come apart. So I taped it that way, and now I'm going to tape it this way. Once the box is all the way packed, then it's time to label it with the color coding system. So you're going to grab the colored duct tape that you've chosen for whatever room that picture goes in, and a Sharpie. And again, I will put that video in the description if you're not sure what I'm talking about with the color coding system. But this will save you a lot of time and stress when you're looking for things in your new place. This is what it's going to look like with the large box. And I could have packed another picture inside this box, but I didn't. I just filled it with pillows and cushions and towels. You can do it either way. You could use this box for multiple pictures. You could also use it for a TV. And up here is where I wrote the number that's going to go in my color coding inventory system. So that is how you pack a large canvas picture. Now let's go look at a glass framed picture and how I would pack that. The next thing that we're going to talk about is your framed artwork. And again, you want to dust it off. You want to measure the distance from the floor to the nail or the screw or whatever you had this picture hanging up on the wall with. You want to make sure that you make a note of how high up you had it. And if you had more than one nail, you want to make sure that you make a note of how far apart the nails were. So this just saves you some steps when you get to your new place. You're going to already know where you want to put the hardware and how to hang up the picture. Once you've dusted off the framed picture and you've measured the distance from the floor to the nail and saved your hardware in a bag so that it doesn't get lost, the next step is to lay your picture on a padded surface just like we did with the canvas. You want to make sure that you're not putting it on anything rough or hard where it's going to get scratched. So you can pack it on a bed or on a table that has some sort of padding on it or on a carpeted floor. Here's one step that is different for the framed picture than for the canvas. The canvas didn't have any glass on it, so we didn't have to worry about glass breaking during the move. But with the framed picture that has glass, you want to make sure that you are taping the glass, so taping right on the front of that picture so that in the event that the glass does break, it's not going to shatter everywhere. Obviously, we're hoping that nothing breaks, and knock on wood, I've never had a picture break in a move by following these steps, but just to be on the safe side, you want to tape the glass so that it doesn't shatter. And for most purposes, you can use the blue painter's tape. It goes on really easily, it peels off easily, and doesn't leave a residue. But if you have a really nice, professionally framed, archival quality glass on your frame, then you might want to use some of this artist tape just to be on the safe side. But either way, I would tape the front of the glass of your framed picture, and I would put the tape in sort of a star pattern, like an asterisk pattern. So tape going in an X and then in a plus sign, and that's just going to help to protect from the glass shattering. The next step is to cover the entire picture with either your craft paper or your packing paper. After you have it all wrapped up with your paper, you're going to once again use the bubble wrap. You want to make sure that the flat side of the bubble wrap is what is facing the picture. So even with all the layers of paper and everything, if you have a picture that has bubble wrap where you've put the bubbles facing toward the picture, there is a chance that the bubbles, the little circles, are going to leave imprints, and you don't want that. Once again, I have one of these boxes from Lowe's with these foam corner protectors on it. So we're going to use these foam corner protectors. And the box also came with some foam wrap, so I'm going to use that too. Why not? Just an extra layer to protect my artwork. Get this bubble wrap out of the way. Just fit the artwork in here kind of like a pillowcase. Just fold it over. And you want to protect the corners with your corner protectors. And there is space in here, so I would want to put either another piece of art or some pillows, cushions, towels, something to fill this space, something that's really soft and cushiony to help absorb some of that shock, because you don't want it moving around like this inside the box. If you happen to be packing more than one picture in the same box, make sure you're packing them glass to glass or back to back. So I'm actually just going to grab this pillow here just for demonstration. I'm going to stuff a pillow in there. I'm going to stuff this hoodie in here. So you can use clothes, towels, coats, anything that you have, like this sweater. I'm going to put that in there. You just really want to make sure that you give some padding and some cushion to this picture so that it's not bouncing around. You don't want any sort of movement. When you shake it, it shouldn't move. I'm going to add another blanket right here. I'm going to add this towel and another towel. And obviously, if you are adding things other than artwork to this box, then you're going to want to include them on your inventory so that you know, like, wait a minute, what happened to that hoodie? You'll know where it is. Now we're going to put the outer part on. And then once again, we're going to tape all the way around the box this way and this way. Make sure you have filled in all the dead space in that box so there's absolutely no wiggle room for that artwork. Now you can seal the box and you can go ahead and label it with your color coding inventory system with the colored duct tape and the Sharpie. So that is how you pack framed artwork, like the bigger pieces of artwork that hang on the wall. Now let's talk about your tabletop artwork. So these are your smaller picture frames that sit on a piano or a tabletop or a mantle. Let's talk about how to pack those. So with your tabletop artwork, once again, you're going to start by dusting off the pictures. It's always amazing to me how much dust has accumulated on stuff when I go to move it. Even though I think I have kept it clean, it's still, you're going to have to dust your stuff off before you pack it, and it just takes a couple of seconds. So after you dust off your tabletop artwork, the next step is to tape the glass with either painter's tape or artist tape in a star shape on the front of the glass, just to protect it from shattering, just in case anything happens. Again, this has never happened to me, but this is just a safeguard that you can take to just spare yourself a little bit of trauma on the other end in case something did break. So after you've taped the star shape on the front of your glass, the next step is to wrap your tabletop artwork with some packing material. So we're going to start with either the craft paper or the packing paper, wrap it around a couple times just like we did with all the other artwork. And then we're once again going to wrap it with bubble wrap, making sure that the circle part of the bubbles is facing away from the artwork. So the flat side is facing towards the artwork. Then if the picture does have corners, you're going to use the corner protectors. This picture that I'm showing you doesn't have corners, so this one is a little bit trickier to pack. But if you had a rectangle or square shaped piece of artwork, then you would want to make sure that you're protecting the corners before you put it in the box. So with your tabletop artwork, chances are you're not going to be loading it in one of these picture and TV boxes like this. Chances are you're going to be loading it into a smaller box where you have multiple pieces of artwork in that box. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. So to load multiple pieces of artwork into a moving box, make sure that you've taped the bottom of the box very well and really reinforced it. Then find which way the seam of your box is going. So the main seam of the box is going this way. So I'm going to take maybe like 3 pieces of packing paper, and I'm just going to loosely bunch it up like a little burrito shape, and you're going to lay that perpendicular to the seam of your box like this. Perpendicular to that seam in the bottom of the box. And you're going to keep going. We're going to fill this up from here to here with these little packing cushions. And you're going to make multiples of these little burritos of packing paper and lay them across the box like this. Because once again, it's really important to keep things from getting jostled around inside the box. That's when they're more likely to break. So this padding is going to help to take some of the shock out of anything getting bounced around inside the box. Once you have your box prepped with all of these little packing paper burritos in the bottom, now it's time to start loading your artwork, and the artwork is going to go perpendicular to those little packing paper burritos. So if your packing paper is going this way, then your artwork is going to go this way. It's also super important to remember that with all artwork, you want to load it into the box vertically, standing up like this, not laying flat. And then you want to load that box onto the truck vertically. You don't ever want to put the pictures this way in a box, and you don't want to put the box this way on a truck. You always want it standing up like this. There's much less chance of having it damaged if it is vertical. And then once you have filled this box with however much artwork you're going to put in it, make sure you go in and completely fill any dead space with more packing paper or more bubble wrap. You don't want anything to move. When you move this box, you shouldn't be able to hear or feel anything shifting inside of it. It should be completely full of packing material, because that's what's going to absorb the shock and protect your items inside the box. And then finally, once you have your box all packed, you're going to label it with your color coding system using your colored duct tape and your Sharpie. And with every box of artwork, you want to make sure that you label it fragile. If you've learned anything so far from this video, please hit that subscribe button so that I can reach more people and help more people. Thank you so much. Here's the finished product. These are small tabletop picture frames, glass frames from the wall, and canvas art from the wall. For more support about how to have a calm, peaceful move, be sure to check out my entire moving playlist right here. I'll meet you there.